I'm Lindsay.
Standing at the entrance of the boardroom, I watched as the shocked faces of my family members stared back at me. My father, Mr. Thompson, froze mid-speech, his confident demeanor shattered. My older brother, Ryan, choked on his water, and my sister, Chloe, dropped her pen. My mother, Mrs. Thompson, covered her mouth in disbelief. It was a sight I'd been waiting for. Just a moment ago, I'd walked in, Kevin, my assistant, 2 steps behind me with all the necessary documents. The news of my takeover of Thompson Enterprises had just broken, and the phones in the boardroom were buzzing like a beehive. "By me," I said calmly, finishing the sentence for the long, serving board member. "Mr. Thompson's voice cracked as he tried to regain control. "This is a private meeting. Security." But I knew they now worked for me. As I walked to the head of the table, I couldn't help but think back to how it all started. I came from a wealthy family. My father was a traditional and stubborn man, always believing that only those with a certain business pedigree could truly understand and run the family business. My mother was more concerned with social status and appearances, often pushing me to focus on more feminine pursuits. Ryan and Chloe, my siblings, were no better. They always looked down on me, thinking I was just a spoiled girl playing with my trust fund. 3 years ago, I decided to prove them wrong. While they thought I was out shopping or just idling around, I was quietly building my investment portfolio. I used shell companies and different investment groups to hide my activities. My little investment hobby had amassed a fortune of over $8 billion, not including my controlling stake in Thompson Enterprises. I remembered that morning in my penthouse office, the one my family had never seen. I was having my morning coffee when my father's text lit up my phone screen. "Annual shareholders meeting today. Serious investors only. Maybe next year when you understand business better." Ryan also texted, telling me to stick to my little hobby. And Chloe, who had lost a fortune in her last business venture, offered me investment tips. But I had the last laugh. My assistant, Kevin, came in with the morning reports. The final share purchase had cleared overnight, and I now owned 67% of Thompson Enterprises. The proxy votes were all in my favor, and the board had no idea I'd consolidated control. As the news of my takeover spread, the market reacted positively. The stock price of Thompson Enterprises soared. I showed the board members the shareholder voting records, which confirmed my complete control. I terminated the expansion plans Ryan had championed and the merger Chloe had arranged. And we were pivoting from my father's pet project of traditional energy investments to renewable technology. 1 month after the takeover, I was sitting in my newly renovated CEO office, reviewing the company's performance. The stock had risen another 45%, our green technology division was making headlines, and employee satisfaction was at an all-time high. My family came for their first shareholders briefing as minority stakeholders. They entered like defeated soldiers. I presented them with the quarterly performance reviews, showing how our pivot to sustainable technologies had increased market capitalization by 62%. I also told them about the new talent we'd brought in from top companies. I gave them 2 options for their remaining shares: stay as passive investors and receive tripled dividends, or I'd buy them out at market price plus 20%. I also mentioned the upcoming media features about me, the silent strategist who revolutionized a dynasty. As they left, I knew that the old family power dynamics were gone. The Thompson name now represented innovation and progress, not the stagnation and privilege of the past. And I was ready to take the company to even greater heights. Just then, a new text message from Ryan appeared on my phone. "You planned this for years, didn't you?" I smiled and replied, "Next time, maybe include everyone in the family business meetings."